Republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and
Roll call, please.
In order, Commissioner Garcia? Absent. Commissioner Gonzalez? Also absent. Commissioner Salas?
present.
Commissioner Sandhu?
Present.
Commissioner Singh? Excuse me, excused. Commissioner Juarez?
Present.
Vice Chair Curry?
Present. Potential conflicts of interest. Any commissioner who has a potential conflict of interest may now identify the item and recuse themselves from discussing and voting on the matter. Oral communications. Notice to the public. At this time, any member of the public may address the commission regarding any item over which the commission has jurisdiction. No action or discussion will be taken on any item not on the agenda. Issues raised will be referred to the chairperson for review. Members of the public shall limit their remarks to 3 minutes.
As a reminder to the callers on the line, please use *9 to raise your virtual hand and *6 to unmute yourself. Chair Curry, there are no one online or in the audience.
All right, consent calendar. All items listed under consent calendar are considered routine. The complete consent calendar will be enacted by one motion by roll call vote. For purposes of discussion, any commission member may have an item removed from the consent calendar and made part of the regular agenda. The commission can then approve the remainder of the consent calendar. Consideration and necessary action on the minutes of the June 27, 2022 meeting.
Make a motion to approve the consent calendar.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Salas and a second by Commissioner Sandhu. Vice Chair Juarez,
Yes.
Chairwoman Curry.
Yes. Public hearing. During the public hearing, I will first ask for staff's comments and reports on the item being discussed. After staff's presentation, I will then open the hearing to the public testimony. I will then close the public hearing, at which time no member of the public shall address the commission unless specifically asked by a member of the commission through the chair. The Planning Commission will then discuss the matter among themselves and take action on the item being considered. Consideration and necessary action of a resolution to consider approval of the conditional use permit to allow for the South Town Tattoo to operate an approximate 500 square foot structure at 2048 East Front Street as shown in Figure 1. No improvements are proposed to increase the footprint of the structure. The subject property is zoned Central Business District. Currently, the City of Selma defers all development standards and policies for CBD properties to the C3 Commercial Service Zone District. Pursuant to the City of Selma Municipal Code 11-16-11, the following uses are subject to the approval of a conditional use permit in the Commercial Service Zone District. Pool rooms, card rooms, massage establishments, tattoo parlors, drug paraphernalia shops, or any combination of the aforementioned. Staff report, please.
Thank you. Good evening, Planning Commission. This is Trevor Stearns, Contract City Planner. As you had mentioned already, the municipal code of the City of Selma requires that these particular uses go through the conditional use permit process, and that's what we're here for tonight, is to make a determination on whether to allow the use to at the site there, 2048 East Front. Over there on the southeast corner of North and Front Street, downtown. All that's being proposed as of right now is just the allowance of the use. There's no other construction being proposed at this time with this application. So the main action is to just allow the use at the current existing building. And I also want to make one note before we conclude the presentation, is that staff had updated the language in the resolution, specifically under the now therefore on section 3, to reflect a more consistent language in the recommendation that staff intended in the to reflect the consistencies of the public notices, and in the staff report, some language was changed there to describe the approval process that the Planning Commission has the ability to do for this conditional use permit. That being said, that concludes staff's presentation. It was a little short, but like I had mentioned, there's no development being proposed. It's primarily just the allowance of the use. That, happy to take any questions you guys may have.
Will he be selling anything there at all? I mean, like some tattoo parlors do piercings and stuff. Would he be selling, piercing jewelry, that kind of thing? Is that allowed, or would it be strictly tattoo?
Strictly tattoos. That's the conversation. That's the primary focus of the conversations that I've had with the applicant. If he jumps on, which I'm hoping he will, he might be able to elaborate on that, but that's the primary focus of the conversation. There hasn't been any discussion about piercings or anything else like that.
Would that be allowed under the tattoo?
That would actually be allowed as a retail use within that zone district. So those type of activities could take place. However, while he may be able to sell, certain jewelry and whatnot, if there's additional activity that would go along with it, i.e. piercing type of activity or anything that would also require a conditional use permit, the applicant would actually have to come back and request that be amended within to a conditional use permit, or into this conditional use permit if approved by the Planning Commission tonight.
So all we're approving is just straight tattoo and that's it?
That's correct.
Yeah, and I know that falls under the broad umbrella of like body modification. So just like Rob had mentioned, it fall under another CUP amendment to the existing CUP.
No hours of operation has he said that?
It would be typical hours of operation, like 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., but it's all appointment based. So appointments may vary in terms of that time, but he said that he'll operate between the normal business hours of like 8 to 6 or 9 to 6.
Or the Planning Commission would have within a CUP, would have the ability to put limitations on hours as part of the CUP if the Planning Commission chooses to do so.
There a provision that can be added that if this place becomes the public or to Selma PD, that the CUP would be revoked?
We really don't have to add one because the conditional use permit is granted by the local agency. So if there are issues there that are, public health and safety related, code enforcement related, or anything of that nature, the CUP can already be brought back before the Planning Commission to recommend rescinding if there are those type of issues that are taking place.
All right. Point, I will open the public hearing. Anyone would like to speak for or against the proposed CUP application?
As a reminder to callers on the line, please use *9 to raise your virtual hand and *6 to unmute yourself. Chairwoman Curry, I don't see anyone online to make a comment.
All right, I'm closing the public portion and turning it to the commission for discussion.
This seems like it's pretty straightforward. He wants to open a business. It's allowed where he wants to put it. It doesn't seem like I mean, he will present, will he present his state certifications that allow him to do tattooing prior to being issued a business license?
Yes, correct. Anything required for any use that he's looking to do falling within the business applications realm would be required before a business application would be approved and granted.
So as long as he meets all of their requirements, then we have no reason to not approve it.
Recommend that we kind of limit the activity during business hours, 8 to 6, to avoid any additional issues at night, I
Okay.
guess. So that would be my only recommendation.
And after appointment based, I don't have an issue seeing going into 7 or 7:30.
Yeah,
And they're normally appointment based anyways.
I don't see restricting him to time just because
Mhm.
it is appointment based. It's not like he's going to have 10 people there all at once because he can
Right.
only work on one person at a time. And if he's the only tattoo artist in the office or
Mhm.
building there, I don't think there should be an issue with him. If he wants to work on a Sunday at, evening or whatever, that would be strictly up to him.
Is it just more the time into the evening the planning commission would be more mindful of? So would the thought process be like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or something of that nature?
I foresee a lot of foot traffic going into, the late evening hours. We're not a big city where, people are going to be popping into this tattoo shop unannounced. It'll all be appointment based. So I'm okay with his hours of operation and,
With no additional notation or limitation on hours?
I don't see restricting him at all in that
Okay.
way.
And keep in mind if, as the chair had asked, if there is issues, concerns that come from, PD, fire, even neighboring business owners, and they're brought to us about concerns for public health and safety like that, the CUP can be brought back before the planning commission and appropriate adjustments can be, if that does become a problem.
that's good. I motion to approve the CUP.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Sandu, a first, and a second by Commissioner Solis. Vice Chair Juarez,
Yes.
Chair Curry,
Yes. Passes. I'm not sure if the applicant is with us online, but I guess you'll let him know.
yeah, I do not see him online. Staff will let him know.
Oral communications. At this time, any member of the public may address the commission regarding any item over which the commission has jurisdiction. No action or discussion will be taken on any item not on the agenda. Issues raised will be referred to the chairperson for review. Members of the public shall limit their remarks to 3 minutes.
As a reminder to callers on the line, please use *9 to raise your virtual hand and *6 to unmute yourself. Chair Curry, there's no one online.
Right, I believe this was our only item on the agenda, so a motion to
To adjourn?
adjourn at 6:18.
Thank you.